Definitely things I could have done better. My clinch game's a lot better than what you guys saw tonight. In practice, I work really hard, and I'm pretty active. When I wrestled when I was younger, I had really fast, scatty hands and level changes and movement. But when I find myself getting into fights, I think I just trust the fact that I can be lazy and lean on people, and good things are going to happen. A lot of times they do, but when you guys have seen me on my back a couple times, even with Rick Story last year in this same building, it was just me being a little bit lazy and letting them make the first move. And I don't know if that's a confidence thing sometimes or actually a lack of confidence. I don't know. You watch people fight and you think you can do certain things to them because other people have, or you see some habits and then you get in there and everything's harder. So, you know, the difference between fighting and training is a huge difference, and I think that's why you hear about guys that are legends in the gym and don't quite do it out there. So, you know, I think I fall into that trap sometimes, but overall pretty happy with how it went. I knew if I did get in the clinch over the long run, I'd win the fight, and you know, I did get put on my back in the second round, but felt that I didn't let him do any damage to me. Even when he took my back, I was still winning the boxing fight. And yeah, I mean, happy to get the win. It lets me go on my honeymoon this week with a little bit extra cash and a smile on my face.
After the fight, there was a fan that was screaming at you, and you kind of yelled back.
I love those kind of guys.
What happened?
Oh, he's saying the judges are corrupt and that was a terrible decision, and I just had to laugh at him and said, even though I was on my back much of the second round, that I didn't even lose that round. I said I won all 3 rounds. I don't know what you're talking about. Just like instigating those kind of guys. They you know, they say inner peace, you know, and all that happiness stuff starts inside. That guy's angry. He's probably angry inside. Forget what's happening out here. Anything could probably set that guy off, so I figured I'd just push him a little more.
I heard that you actually sold 2 of your cornerman spots away to fans as part of what you did for sponsorship. Can you talk about that and explain having 2 fans as cornermen?
Well, I sold 2 of them on my last one. One was private. One was through fundafighter.com. Fund to Fighters worked really, really hard to help athletes kind of fund and sponsor their own training camps. It's hard asking for charity, really. Sometimes you get a local business. They don't really get a return on investment. It's just kind of a nice thing to say you've helped someone out. The Tap Outs and Hayabusas of the world kind of give back, and that's fantastic, but those are limited. So through Fund to Fighter, I decided to be a little bit creative. I mean, I only need one coach yelling at me. You know, maybe one guy staring at a watch letting me know the countdown on the time. So I had a lot of expenses in my last camp. I came and trained in Vegas for a month. So renting a car was $1,000. Living somewhere was pretty expensive. Long story short, I trusted my high school wrestling coach to be my primary corner. The other couple people that I had in mind weren't able to come out here, being from overseas. So I decided to sell off 2 corner passes. This time I got rid of 1. And I did consider getting rid of the second one, but a bit close to my heart. Brought my grandpa out.
Oh, nice.
He was the guy that started the kids program in wrestling in my hometown. So we kind of started me on this journey. So it was kind of a cool scenario.
Being that this was your 66th fight, I believe,
I'm
or
70-something.
70
yeah,
now. Oh, okay.
Old.
I think I saw a record with about 50 wins, 16 losses.
I don't want to say sure I was wrong, but they are not. they have a hard time believing people that throw shows in bars in Indiana that it was a legit fight or that it actually happened. So I got some of them underground fights from the Midwest that just aren't on there. But yeah, I'm up in the 70s, and yeah, where are you going to go with that? I was going to go with,
you know, you had said something about being too comfortable, and part of that comes sometimes from having had so many fights where you feel a certain way about it. I mean, how does that really affect you, just having that much experience? Do you ever just kind of feel like maybe you're in a rut or anything like that?
I think, like I said, I think I just get really comfortable. I've really been able to minimize the damage I've taken in my career, and I know part of that's my skill set, but the other part is the way I weigh up risk reward. You notice I only threw a couple combos tonight, you know, 2 punches and a kick, and that was about as risky as I got. I didn't throw 5, 6, 7, even when he covered up. When I wrestle in the wrestling room and practice room, I scramble, and it's just constant movement. And I get sometimes in fights, and I decide not to do that, and I don't know, again, why. I think it's because I don't want to get back to my feet. So sometimes I get halfway out, and I think, oh, if the guy's going to stand up, if I keep pushing, I'll just settle and wait for him to come back down, hoping I can still get that corner. You know, I think I probably could have got to my feet when I had half guard and I was working towards his back and he did that backward sit. I nearly had his back, but there were a couple times I bumped, I thought he was going to stand back up. And I just wanted, for anything, I wanted him to stay on the mat because I was getting that close. if that was training, I probably would have pushed. And if the guy stood up, I'd have dove at his legs like an old school wrestler, you know, the Jordan Burroughs low double leg. But again, in a fight, you just don't want to have anything look desperate to the judges. You know, I had the James Head fight where I shot 20 double legs in the 3rd round, and I know watching the fight after that some of them looked a bit desperate, or, you know, that I was running from the striking. But in my mind during the fight, I thought I was being aggressive. I'm like, I'm just trying to get this guy to the ground, and he's running from me. So, you know, getting older again, having that much experience, you start to look at, besides how you feel, how the judges can look at it, and you really you start to weigh up how you want to play.
Good things going in Tiger Muay Thai at the minute with Roger getting back in a few weeks ago and getting the win. What's the atmosphere been like there, and did you feel maybe a bit extra pressure after he got the win a couple of weeks ago that you had to perform as well?
No, the pressure was actually off him getting the win. You know, I pride myself as a coach and a teammate as well, so knowing that I was able to you know, help, one, as a coach, free up his schedule so he can just train. I took a bit of the class load off. Fernando Macachero, our BJJ coach from Brazilian top team, took some load off of both of us for our training camp. So huge team effort. So happy for Roger. It's been a long physical and mental battle for him to get back in the cage. You know, he prides himself as a coach. He's helped a couple of the Russian guys from Chechnya and Dagestan and all that get UFC contracts, and they're off to Sweden actually today. Just saw him at the airport on Facebook. So knowing that he's torn between fighting and coaching, the fact that he was able to get in there, have such a great performance, I think that helps free up a little bit of his mental space, knowing that he can balance the two now and trust the team to kind of help him out with that. So no, it took the pressure off, being able to come out fighting a Muay Thai guy. I was nice. I was able to check a lot of inside leg kicks today. I'm paying for it right now, a bit bruised up. But believe me, I'm glad they didn't land 6 inches higher, because that would hurt a lot worse.
If you don't mind me asking as well, I saw a quote recently saying you'd starve yourself for 6 months to get down to 55 to fight Conor McGregor. He's on the same card now. Have you had any interaction with him this week? And are you committed to that diet?
No, I've seen him act like a jackass a bit this week and, you know, do his thing on the embeds and stuff. Good on him for being able to hang out with Dana. I've talked to a few people, and, you know, I don't know if he was a good, humble, hard-working kid before he got the shot. And all this fame and all this pressure and media has been lumped on him. And he's responding fantastic if people want to see a train wreck. You know what I mean? He's out there egging people on and being really energetic. Again, being a younger kid, I've kind of edged away from the cocky side of the sport. And, you know, I'm a bit more of an old man now, kind of talking like an uncle or a dad. So guys like that don't so much impress me. But, again, if we see the guy in 5 or 6 years and he's still acting brash and cocky, maybe I can judge him. But for now, you know, he's in the heat of the moment. Who's to say? Tito acted like that for a long time. Nobody saw the true Tito Ortiz until he coached the Ultimate Fighter series, and they actually saw the humble, hard-working, caring side of him. So in the end, you know, he's an exciting fight, an exciting fighter. We'll see what happens tonight. I'm probably not going to get down to 155 anytime soon. That's going to take a long vegetarian stint, which I was able to do in 2008, 2009, and I was waking up at 170 pounds every day. So 55 was a logical step. But at this stage, I'm looking toward a honeymoon, enjoying myself, and if any major life decisions are coming, it's going to come in the next 2 months, not the next 2 days.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, guys.